Hello and welcome to our module number 10, network management. So in this module, we're going to use CDP and LLDP to map network topology and implement NTP between an NTP client and an NTP server. So we're going to explain how SNMP and syslog operates and use commands to back up and restore an IOS configuration file and implement protocol to manage the network. Okay, so we have CDP for device discovery. So CDP is a Cisco proprietary layer 2 protocol used to gather information about Cisco devices which share the same data link. So for example here, we have the router and a switch. So by default kasi CDP is running on iOS operating system. Therefore, router and switches exchanges information regarding them. So including their interfaces used to transmit the CDP traffic, the platform use or operating system version, and device capability. So this protocol is a media and protocol independent, meaning if your Cisco supports wireless or leads line, so it will be able to send traffic to that interface. The device send periodic CDP advertisement to connected devices, and this advertisement share information about the type of device that is discovered, the name of the device, and the number and type of the interfaces. So let me use Packet Tracer to demonstrate this. Okay, so we have our 4331 2960. Even though we don't have an IP address, as long as our interfaces are up, it will now it will immediately send advertisement. So configure muna natin itong router natin to enable its interface. And lagyan natin ang pangalan, hostname R1 and G000, then no shutdown. So halimbawa dito on the other side, enable hostname S1, lagyan natin ang IP, int VLAN1 IP address 192.168.1.254, and then no shutdown. Lagyan natin siya ng IP default gateway 192. Ayan. Of course, para mag-match doon sa ating topology. So to verify if the CDP protocol is running on the operating system, shows CDP. Ayan. As you can see, according to the information, this router is sending CDP packet every 60 seconds, sending a hold down timer value of 180 seconds. So the purpose of hold down timer, halimbawa, ayun nga, kagaya yan, meron tayo 60 seconds, every 60 seconds nagpapadala ng CDP packet, So para lang yung maghihintay ka ng 180 seconds hanggang sa maka-receive ka, or the purpose is it will try to send a CDP packet, so within that time frame 180 seconds. Yan. So parang naghihintay ka ng hello 180 seconds, so para ma-refresh yung timer, or ma-refresh yung connection, kasi pagka nag-time out yan, at wala siyang na-receive na CDP from the neighbor, edi iti-treat niya no wala siyang connection no doon sa kabilang site no. So by default CDP version 2 no is enabled. Okay, so back to our PowerPoint. So again, we use the show CDP command no, to view the status of the CDP protocol. If you wanted to disable 8 per interface, pasok lang kayo sa interface and then type ninyo no CDP enable. By default kasi kung ilan yung ating interface router, halimbawa dalawa, naka-enable yun no, per interface or globally no. So you can also force your operating system not to participate in CDP by disabling it globally no. Sa global configuration mode, type nyo lang no CDP run, patay na yung CDP. Okay, kasi very dangerous okay, kasi kunyari sa local area network may nakakonect ang Kali Linux. So yung Kali Linux pa naman ginagamit yan to port penetration testing or merong Wireshark doon to view the traffic. Makikita nila yan yung CDP traffic na yan, including the IP address na ginagamit ng device natin to send that CDP traffic. So meron din tayong command show CDP interface no. It will display the number of interfaces no that is used for sending CDP. So to view the neighbor, ayan, show CDP neighbors no. So try natin on our packet tracer no. Show CDP neighbors. So on directly connected lang po sa kanya ay si S1. So kung si S1 ay may naka-connect ding router sa kabilang side niya, R2, si switch 1 lang po ang makakita nun na meron siyang dalawang router connected to it So si R1 hindi makikita si R2. So ano yung nakasulat dito? Device ID, yan po yung host name ng ating switch. Tapos ito pong local interface, ito po yung interface ng router natin, local no. Tapos yung hold down timer natin, tingnan nyo, nagbabago-bago yan syempre yan kapag ka naka-receive yan ng CDP, di marirefresh po yan ng 180 seconds no. Pagka nag-time out yan na wala na receive na CDP, wala pong neighbor na makikita. So capability is S, ibig sabihin switch po siya no. Tapos platform 2960. Although nakikita nyo rito parang hindi yata aligned no, kasi sa version ng Linux kasi no. Tapos yung port naman na ginagamit ng switch natin connecting to our router. So ibig sabihin although hindi nyo nakikita yung physical topology ng network ninyo, by using CDP may do-drawing nyo siya. Okay, so dito pa lang pwede nyo na i-drawing si router connected sa kanya sa gigabit 00 yung switch. Tapos yung switch ninyo merong pass Ethernet 01. So ibig sabihin kapag nakapag-telnet kayo papunta sa switch, mag-show CDP neighbor din kayo, baka merong kapitbahay din siya, may do-drawing yung buong buo yung topology. Kaya ang purpose is mapping network topology. Yan. So itong CDP layer 2 lang siya no. Layer 2 siya na protocol, pero kung may naka-configure po na IP address doon sa ating device, makikita rin niya yung layer 3 information no, kagaya po nito no, yung IP address. So try nga natin on our router shows CDP neighbor detail no. Yan, nakita niyo po IP address po ng switch natin is 192.168.1.254. So doon din may drawing ninyo at may i-label ninyo kung ano yung IP address no ng devices natin. So kung non-Cisco environment naman po no, meron naman yan tinatawag na LLDP na protocol. Counterpart po yan na CDP. Link Layer Discovery Protocol is a vendor-neutral neighbor discovery protocol similar to the CDP. So LLDP works with network devices such as routers, switches, and wireless LAN access point. So this protocol advertises its identity and capability to other devices and receive the information from the physical connected layer to device. Of course, sa Cisco, naka-disable siya. Okay. Siguro i-connect ninyo Cisco and other brand, no? Ito LLDP ito. So enable yung LLDP rito. So to enable LLDP on our topology, halos pares lang din naman kasi na CDP yan eh. So global configurations, LLDP run. Tapos dito LLDP run. Show LLDP. Nakalagay naman dito LLDP is active. Advertising every 30 seconds. Hold down timer is 120 seconds. Interface initialization delay is 2 seconds. Pwede rin siyang i-enable per interface lang. Pero by default, kapag tinype natin siya globally, naka-enable po yan on all interfaces. Pero, halimbawa, naka-disable siya, edi type nyo dalawang command. So LLDP may be enabled by default, to enable LLDP globally on a Cisco network devices. Ayun nga, LLDP run in the global config mode. So to disable LLDP, enter the no LLDP run command in the global config mode. LLDP can be configured on a specific interfaces. However, LLDP must be configured separately to transmit and receive packets. Ayan. So try natin na makita yung neighbor. Ayan, kasi na dito na show LLDP neighbor. Show LLDP neighbor. Halos pares lang din naman si switch 1, tapos local interface ng ating router, 120 seconds pa yung natitirang hold down timer. Capability bridge naman sa kanya, bridge and switch, isa lang siya. Okay, and then yung port ID ng switch, meron kaya siyang detail. Tingnan natin, show LLDP neighbor detail, meron din, kita ba yung IP? Tingnan natin maigi. So parang wala siyang IP address, iba yung nandito Anyway, tingnan natin, baka mamaya dito ay meron. So sa kanya, when more detail about neighbor are needed, the show LLDP neighbor detail command can provide information such as neighbor iOS version, IP address, and device capability. Kaya lang wala rin siyang IP address nakalagay dito Anyway, sabi niya not advertised, management address, not advertised. Okay, anyway, ilang naman yung purpose ng topic na to is to discuss yung device discovery protocol na pwede natin gamitin diyan sa Cisco device natin. Next, if you wanted to have a centralized time between your infrastructure, meron tayong NTP. So time and calendar services, the software clock on a router or a switch starts when the system boots. So it is the primary source of the time for the system. It is important to synchronize the time across all devices on the network. When the time is not synchronized between devices, it will be impossible to determine the order or the event and the cause of an event. Yan. Actually, the purpose lang naman na maging synchronization time natin kung policy sa kumpanya na merong system lagging, Yan, para ma-identify natin kailan nangyari yung event, Typically, the date and time settings on a router or switch can be set by using one of the two methods. So you can manually configure the date and time, Yan. So ito manual niya kinonfigure. Remember, ang drawback nga pala kapag ang operating system natin, halimbawa Windows or Linux, outdated, pagka nag-try kayo mag-access na internet, wala kayong internet connection. Kunyari gamit yung browser. Kasi yung browser niyo dapat nakasynchronize din yung time niya sa internet. Okay. So, sa pag-set ng time, pwedeng manual. Okay, check nga natin dito sa ating packet tracer, no? Using show clock. Ayan. So, dito yung time natin, ano pa, March 1993. Okay. So, clock set. So, pwede tayo mag-clock set, no? Clock set, tapos, question mark tayo for other detail, no? So, the format of the time is, ano, military time to, eh. So, 14, 14, hindi siya military, hindi tama, military time, no? Or, anyway, tapos question mark, kasi dapat 1400, you know. So, day is December 2, December. So, month, sorry, December. Year natin is 2021. So, show clock. Then, we have now an updated time, ano? Although, less lang tayo ng mga ilang seconds, no? Okay lang yan. So, as a network grows, no, it becomes difficult to ensure that all infrastructure devices are operating with synchronized time. So, using the manual method, a better solution is to configure the network time protocol on the network. So, this protocol allows routers on the network to synchronize their time settings with an NTP server, which provides more consistent time settings. NTP can be set up to synchronize to a private master clock, or it can synchronize to a publicly available NTP server on the internet. So it uses UDP port 123, and is documented in request for comment 1305. So again, no, yung request for comment na yan is parang ano yan, Constitution, no, o Republic Act ng pagdating sa mga technology or protocols, no. So you may want to also read that, no, if you want to know the details regarding the NTP. Pag-usapan natin yung hierarchy, ano. So yung pinaka sabihin natin accurate time, ano, yung tinatawag nating GPS, okay. Siya ay nasa level 0. Siya yung pinakamataas diyan, ano, pinaka-accurate yung time na yan. So NTP network use a hierarchical system of time sources. Each level, no, in this hierarchical system is called stratum, no. The stratum level is defined as the number of hop count, no, from the authorized source. The synchronized time is distinguished across the network by using NTP. So the max hop count is 15, ano. Stratum 16 daw, the lowest stratum level, and then unsynchronized na siya. So yung stratum 0 daw, this authoritative time source are high precision timekeeping device, assumed to be accurate, and with little or no delay associated with them. So check nga natin, stratum time server. Actually, ang pinaka-accurate kasi yung atomic clock na tinatawag, yung atomic clock. So ganito yung setup nun sa, hindi natin alam kung saan yung sentro nito, ganyan yung itsura niyan, and NIST, so security ito, atomic clock. So dito nakabase lahat ng mga pwedeng yung mga per sub device, no, mga router sa backbone na connect yan dyan. Okay, so yun daw yung accurate time. So balikan natin, no. So, yung nakakonekta naman dyan na device, pwedeng router or servers. Yan, stratum 1 naman yung level niyan. So, devices that are directly connected to the authoritative time source, they act as the primary network time standard. Stratum 2 and lower. Stratum 2 servers are connected to Stratum 1 devices through network connection. Stratum 2 devices such as NTP client synchronizes their time by using NTP packets from Stratum 1 server. So they could also act as server for Stratum 3 device. So kagaya nito. So halimbawa ito yung atomic clock natin, connected yung ating kunyari yung Ayana, something connected dyan. Tapos yung mga regional internet registries and then ISPs, no? So ito yung server niyan. Ito naman magiging server papunta sa subscriber niya. Basta hindi ka lalampas ng Stratum 15 Ayan. Time servers on the same Stratum level can be configured to act as peer with other time server on the same Stratum level for backup verification. Kagaya ng nandito sa topology. Ito siya, peer, no? So, configuring and verifying NTP. So, before NTP is configured on the network, the show clock command displays the current time on the software clock. With the detail option, notice that the time source is user configuration. So, let's see. Show clock detail. Time source is user configuration. Okay. That means that the time was manually configured with a clock command. NTP server, no? Ayan, NTP server IP address command is issued in the global configuration mode to configure itong example na IP address na to as NTP server. Ayan. So to verify the time source is set, no? To NTP, use the show clock detail command. So check natin mamaya yung sample niyan. Ayan. So to create daw, no, an NTP server, ayan, NTP siguro i-enable natin yung NTP doon sa sa router natin. Sige, enable ko muna yung NTP dito sa router. NTP master ito. NTP question mark tayo. NTP master. Act as NTP master clock. NTP authenticate. So NTP. So pwede tayong gumawa ng trusted key here na parang password, no? Question mark tayo. Nangyari Q1. Question mark. NTP authentication key. Mali pala ako. Anyway, nagalingan muna. No NTP trusted key. NTP authentication dash key 1, tapos yung password natin. Halimbawa NTP pass WD. NTP. Ayan, subukan mo natin. Show NTP status. So clock is synchronized. Stratum 8 reference is bakit siya Stratum 8? So, i-reload ko muna, no? Reload. show NTP status. Dapat ano to eh, stratum 0 kasi siya yung una eh. So clock is synchronized stratum 8. Maglagay kaya tayo ng trusted P. Okay. Act as NTP master. Subukan natin show NTP status. Ayun, yung pala may stratum pala na command doon. Okay, tanggalin ko nga muna yung nilagay kong NTP trusted key. Baka hindi naman kailangan to eh. So punta naman tayo dun sa switch natin, no? Switch. So wala pa tayo IP dito. IP sorry. So ENG000 IP address 192.168.1.1. No shutdown. Ping 1.254. Check muna natin yung connectivity between them. Okay. And so punta tayo doon sa ating switch. Gagawin nating NTP server si router 1, no? Ibig sabihin ito magsisynchronize dito. Show NTP or show clock detail. This is hardware calendar. Tapos show NTP, syempre wala pa yan, no? Ayan, no? It's not enabled. So punta tayo NTP NTP server natin. Question mark muna tayo, no? Ayan, so 192.168.1.1 daw yung server natin. Key question mark 1. Tapos NTP authentication dash key 1, tapos yung password natin NTP passwd, double check natin, show run section NTP. Nako, yung key natin nakalimutan natin. Anyway, may babalik ko kaya siya. Anyway, NTP passwd yata nilagay ko. Subukan muna natin. NTP passwd. NTP authenticate. Pero bago yon i-debug kaya natin, no? Debug NTP packets. Hindi debug NTP unrecognize. So dito kaya tayo debug NTP packets para makita natin kung mapag-communicate itong S1 natin, no? So mag-authenticate tayo ngayon. NTP authenticate. So kaya pwede ko i-correct yung ating NTP authentication key. Wala siyang ganyang command. So siguro mag router na lang tayo pagka ganito. Itong switch natin is kulang-kulang ng support, no? So let's go back to our topology and replace the switch with our router. Okay, so add tayo ng pang router which is R1, check R2, sorry. So check natin dito kung supported niya yung pag-authenticate doon sa kabilang device, no? So hostname R2 into G00, IP address natin dito ay 192.168.1.2. Now shutdown, and verify muna natin yung connectivity by pinging other device. Alright, and then show clock to verify na tayo ay hardware clock, ibig sabihin nung pagkaka-manufacture niya, yan yung time niya. And then so NTP ipatakboy natin yung debug, debug NTP packets, tapos para makita natin kapag nilagay natin authenticate kung magpa-pop up yung mga packets niya, So then NTP authentication key 1 MD5 NTP pass WD. So NTP authenticate, NTP server, which is yan, kita mo, or kita nyo po March 1 packet to 1.1. so check ko muna, do show NTP status. So unsynchronized. So try natin NTP update calendar. Sometimes may delay ito, siguro pause ko muna for a moment, mga 5 minutes siguro. Show NTP status. Ayan, so medyo mabagal kasi yung synchronization dito, sa packet tracer. Now we are synchronized. And stratum 2 na ngayon yung R2 natin. So meaning itong si R2 pwede rin naman maging server sa ibang sa ibang host na nakakonect sa kanya. Okay. So stratum 2. So reference daw niya is 192.168.1.1. So check natin ngayon. Show NTP question mark association. Ayan. So ito stratum to 1271 stratum 1 yung kanyang 1.1 is stratum 1. So now let's go back to our slide. So yun lang naman ang dapat nating malaman regarding sa NTP So if we wanted to have a synchronized time maganda mag-configure ng NTP server. So next we have SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. SNMP was developed to allow administrators to manage nodes or devices on an IP network. It enables network administrator to monitor and manage network performance, find solve network problem, and plan for network growth. SNMP is an application layer protocol that provides a message format for communication between managers and the agent. The SNMP system consists of 3 elements. Meron tayong tinatawag na SNMP manager. Pagka sinabing SNMP manager, ito yung pwedeng software that can monitor yung mga devices natin. Sige, magbanggit tayo ng ilan sa mga software na yan. So meron tayong tinawag na PRTG. Yan natin yung tsura nito Ayan, so ganito yung tsura sa PRTG. Pwedeng pie graph or something. Tapos meron dito mga graph ng performance nila, yung mga CPU nakikita yan. Kaya lang ito babayaran nyo to. Although meron siyang free trial na pwede nyo gamitin, configure nyo lang sa router for username and password. Tapos dito ilagay ninyo yung router tapos yung username and password niya para mag-communicate yung dalawa, yung router ninyo saka yung PRTG. Then makikita nyo na po yung performance. Okay. So we have SNMP agent. Ito daw po kunyari yung router, yung switch, yung PC na ating minamonitor. And then meron tinatawag na management information base. For every details kasi halimbawa yung CPU yung CPU performance may ID yun, may numbering yun syempre hindi pare-parehas yan sa bawat vendor yan. So ibig sabihin may identity yung CPU na kukunin ng SNMP manager yung kunyari yung gigabit ethernet meron din siyang object ID. Yung RAM, yung storage, yan. So manage information base, ayun laman nun. Ayan, so nakalocate yun syempre dun sa device na ating minomonitor. So SNMP defines how management information is exchanged between network management application and management agent. SNMP manager polls the agent and requires MIB for SNMP or queries the managed information base for SNMP agent on UDP port 161. SNMP agent sends any SNMP traffic yan to SNMP manager on UDP port 162. Ibig sabihin yung manager nagtatanong, router, bigyan mo ko ng information regarding sa'yo. Yung reply niya papunta doon kay manager port 162. Traps ang tawag doon. Yan. So sample ito daw kunyari yung merong software kagaya ng PRTG, MRTG, Nagios, Cacti, ano man yung gamitin ninyo So SNMP manager is a part of a network management system So the SNMP manager can collect information from SNMP agent by using the get action and can change configuration on an agent by using the set action. SNMP agent can forward information directly to a network manager by using traps, no? Ibig sabihin, kahit hindi pa nagpo-poll yung yung SNMP server natin, magbabato na kagad siya ng presence niya, no? SNMP agent and MIB reside on SNMP client devices. MIB stores data about the device and operational statistics and are meant to be available to authenticated remote user. SNMP agent is responsible for providing access to local MIB. SNMP agent that reside on managed device collects and store information about devices and its operation locally on MIB. The SNMP manager then uses SNMP agent to access information within the message information base. So, two primary SNMP manager request get and set. Yan. So, manager request get and set request, no? And in addition to configuration, a set can cause an action to occur like restarting a router. So yun pala yung mga messages niya on the background, ano? Yung get request daw na pinapadala ng ating SNMP manager, ayan, retrieves a value from a specific variable. Pag sinabi mong variable, kunyari variable for CPU, variable for RAM, and so on. Get next request, retrieve a value from the variable within a table, no? Pwede kasi makakonect yan, no? Kasi yung Cisco may hierarchy rin yan, Pero din ibang mga device may mga hierarchy of yan, manage information base, database yun, So sa loob ng ng halimbawa parang tree, no? Tree, may mga sanga-sanga yan, no? The SNMP manager does not need to know the exact variable name. A sequential search is performed to find the needed variable from within the table. Get bulk request, no? Retrieves large block of data such as multiple rows, no, in the table that would otherwise requires the transmission of many small blocks of data. So it only works in the version 2 or later, no? So get response replies to get request, get next request, and set request sent by the NMS. So ibig sabihin galing yun sa client or agent, no? Set request, store the value in a specific variable. Okay, so the SNMP agent responds to SNMP manager request as follows, no? Ayan, so the get MIB value or variable. The SNMP agent performs this action in response to the get request PDU from the network manager. The agent retrieves the value of the requested MIB variable and respond to the network manager with that value. Set an MIB variable. The SNMP agent performs this function in response to the set request PDU from the network manager. The SNMP agent changes the value of the MIB variable to a value specified by the network manager. So ibig sabihin pwede rin palang utusan itong si SNMP manager to set something doon sa remote node, ano? An SNMP agent reply to a set request include the new settings in the device. So, traps. Traps are unsolicited messages alerting the SNMP manager to a condition or event on the network. Trap directed notification reduce network and agent resources, no, by eliminating the need, no, for some SNMP polling request. So, for example daw dito, no, the use of SNMP trap, no, to alert the network administrator that the interface gigabit 00 on this side has failed. So the NMS software can send, no, the network administrator text message. Pwedeng text message, no, na nakaset doon sa software or email, no, or pop up a window, no, on a network management software, or turn the router icon red in NMS GUI. Okay, So we have we have different version of SNMP. Okay. So version 1, legacy standard, defined in RFC 1157, uses a simple community string based authentication method. Yung pinaka password niya should not be used due to security risk. SNMP version 2C, defined in RFC 1901, 1908, so uses a simple community string based authentication method, provide for bulk retrieval option as well as more detailed error messages. So halos pares lang din ng version 1 yan, no? Security risk din. So meron tayong bagong version, SNMP version 3, defined in RFC 3410, 3415, uses username authentication, provide data protection using hash message access, no? Access, kalimutan ko, access control something siya, no? Pwedeng MD5 or SHA, and encryption, no, using DES3, DES or AES encryption, depende kung supported po ng operating system natin, no? So SNMP and SNMP version 1 and 2C use community string that controls access to managed information base community string and are plain text password. SNMP community string authenticate access to managed information based objects. There are two types of community string, read only or read write. So read only provides access to managed information base variable but does not allow these variables to be changed, only read. So because security is minimal in version 2C, many organizations use this mode, no? Read write. So this type of community string provides read and write access to all object in management information base. So ibig sabihin pwedeng mag-change ng settings, no? From the manager papunta doon sa agent, no? So to view or set MIB variables, the user must specify the appropriate community string for read or write access. So pag-usapan naman natin yung MIB object ID, no? So the MIB organizes variables hierarchically. The MIB defines each variable as object ID or OID. OIDs uniquely identify managed object. So MIB organizes the OID based on the RFC standard, no, into a hierarchical OID usually shown as a tree. The MIB tree for a given device includes some branches with variables common to many networking devices and some branches with a variable specific to that vendor, no? RFC defines some common public variables, no? So most devices implement these MIB variables. In addition, networking equipment vendor like Cisco can define their own private branches of the tree to accommodate new variables specific to their own devices. The example, the figure shows the MIB structure defined by Cisco. Note how OID can be described in words, no? Or numbers to help locate a particular variables in a tree. So we have the ISO, org, we have Department of Defense, Internet, Private, Enterprise, Cisco. So ibig sabihin pwedeng 136141 Huawei, no? Then sa loob ni Cisco meron siyang sariling private variables, local variables 2, interface group something, no? And so on, Cisco management and so on. Ito yung sample, no? Yan, Cisco device. So SNMP can be used, no, to observe CPU utilization over a period of time by polling devices. CPU statistics can then be compiled on a network management system and graph. So this creates a baseline for a network administrator. Yan, ibig sabihin pwede na tayong gumamit ito ng third party software kagaya ng PRTG, no, to create a graph, ano. So the data is retrieved by SNMP get utilities. kung ito ay CLI, no? Issued on NMS using the SNMP GET utility, you can manually retrieve real-time data or have NMS run a report. So this report would give you period of time that could use data to get the average. Ito manual yung ginawa. Halimbawa, ito yung network management software niya. Tapos manual siyang kukuha ng information regarding sa specific device, no, which is 10 to 50 to 5014. Tapos ito yung gusto niyang kunin na OID. Ayan, 9 tapos something, ano. Hindi natin alam kung anong ibig sabihin nito, ano. Hindi naman natin kasi makakabisado yan. Pero merong object navigator, no, para malaman nyo kung ano yung purpose ng mga number na yan, no. Nakalagay dito. So why reload, no? Ayan. So this variable contains a printable octet string which contains the reason why the system was last restarted, no? Ayan. So the SNMP GET utility gives some insight, no, into the basic mechanics of how SNMP works. However, working with the long MIB variable names like that can be problematic for the average user. More commonly, the network operations staff uses a network management product with an easy-to-use GUI. Ibig sabihin, nakikita nyo na yung CPU graph, no, yung ganyan. Yung parang sa task manager, no? Yung nakikita nyo yung CPU graph, saka yung amount of RAM left, ganyan. Which makes the entire MIB data variable naming transparent to the user. So si Cisco merong SNMP Navigator on their website. Hindi ko lang alam kung updated pa yan at meron pa yan, no? Baka kasi wala na yan, no? Then pag-usapan natin yung system logging, ano. Ayan, so syslog uses UDP port 514 to send event notification messages across IP network to event message collector, as shown in this figure, no? So meron tayong separate server. Syslog logging services provides three primary functions as follows. So the ability to gather logging information for monitoring and troubleshooting, to select the type of logging information that is captured, the ability to specify a destination capture syslog message. So the syslog protocol starts by sending system messages and debug output to a local logging process. Syslog configuration may send this message across the network to an external syslog server. Diba, napansin nyo naman doon sa Cisco iOS natin na kapag tayo nagko-configure, halimbawa, tapos biglang mayroong nag-pop up na mga message, kunyari may nag-down, ganyan, ayun, syslog yun. Kaya lang, naka-store siya sa console, no? Yan, sa memory buffer natin, sa computer, sa router memory natin, where they can be retrieved. Pwede tayong gumamit ng dedicated server talaga, no? Where they can be retrieved without needing to access the actual device. Alternatively, syslog message may be sent to an internal buffer. Yan, memory, no? So messages sent to the internal buffer are only viewable through the CLI of the device. The network administrator may specify that only certain types of system messages be sent to various destinations. Popular destination for syslog messages includes logging buffer, RAM inside a router or switch, pwedeng console line or terminal line, or syslog server. So syslog message format message, no? Ayan. So Cisco devices produce syslog messages as a result of a network event. Every syslog message contains a severity level and facility. Ayan, merong name, ano? Severity name, emergency, severity level 0, explanation, system unusable. So we have the alert, critical, alert level 1, critical level 2, error level 3, warning 4, notification 5, informational 6, debugging 7. So level 1, immediate action needed, critical condition, error condition, warning, normal but significant. So halimbawa interface, ano, interface app, no? Or OSPF, no? Parang ganon. Informational, no? So the smaller numerical levels are the more critical syslog alarm. The severity level of the messages can be set to control where each type of message is displayed, no? So for example daw, on the console or the other destination, no? Pwede kang pumili sa may lalagay yung mga level, no? So the complete list of the syslog levels ay ito. Syslog facility. In addition to specifying the severity, syslog messages also contains information on the facility. Syslog facilities are service identifier that identify and categorize system state data for error and event message reporting. The logging facility options that are available are specific to the networking device. Some common syslog message facilities reported on Cisco IOS routers include IP, OSPF, SYS, IP security, no? Interface. By default, the format of a syslog message on the Cisco iOS software is as follows, no? So we have percent yung facility. Yan, facility. Balikan natin facility. Ayun, facility to. Tawag dito kanyari IP or OSPF, no? Severity. Severity natin, 'di ba? 0 to 7. Tapos mnemonic, ano? Yung pangalan, tapos description. Yan. So for example, sample output on Cisco switch off on Ether channel link changing to state to up, ano? Percent facility link, tapos 3. Ano yung 3? Kasi meron tayong 0 yata, critical, alert, error, check. Yan, level 3 error, emergency 0, sorry, alert 1, critical 2, then error 3. Okay, so this is error. Interface for channel 1 change state to up. Here the facility is link and the severity level is 3 with the mnemonic up down. And up down. So malalaman nyo kagad ano yung purpose nya, no? So mahalaga rin na meron tong time. Default kasi kung ano lang yung by default wala siyang time, ano? Or ang nakaset dito yung clock lang ng ating device. Sa configure terminal, subukan muna natin, no? Mag-shutdown tayo ng interface siguro dito sa router natin. Nakikita natin, no? Ito kasi lag na rin ito, lagging ito, sample lagging, ano? Anyway, undebug NTP packets, tapos in G00, shutdown muna natin siya, no? Sorry, mali ako. No, shutdown. Bigla magpa-pop up yan. Sorry, shutdown pala. Shutdown. Ayan, wala siyang time, pero nakalagay dyan, ano? Link -5 informational yan, ano? Change, tama ba? Informational, balikan natin. Or notification. Ayan. So link, notification, change, interface gigabit 00, no? Wala siyang time. Okay, tapos yung log natin nandito sa console. Pwede naman natin siya lipat doon sa kabila, no? Sa server. Sige. Topology. So configure muna natin yung syslog natin dito, syslog services. Ito siya. Naka-configure na pala siya, no? Or wala tayong ibang gagawin dito kundi i-configure dito syslog server. Pero gawin ko muna, dapat may isang interface yung buhay na pwedeng kumontak doon kay kay syslog server. So gawin natin logging host, no? Logging host, ibig sabihin dyan tayo maglalag 172.16 1.254. So logging trap natin, pwede tayo mag-filter ng trap dito kaso dito default level 7 talaga siya So ibig sabihin from level 7 to 0 i-report niya rin sa syslog server. Pero sa tunay na iOS you can specify kunyari trap 4 to 0, parang ganun, no? Or trap 4 tapos kasama na yung 0 doon. Tapos then service timestamp, log, date, time, milliseconds. Yan, mahalaga yan, no? Yun, nag-log siya doon sa punta natin to. Anyway, subukan pa natin, no? Mag-no shutdown tayo doon sa interface niya. Int G000 no shutdown. Bakit wala? Ayun, hindi siya real time. So anyway, basahin natin to. Pero bakit 1993? So sandali lang, check natin the time of R2. Show NTP status, stratum 2 naman siya. Kaya lang yung time, that's March 1993. Show clock. Puntahan natin si so clock set tayo dito. Clock set ba't ako nag-clock set dito? Mali. NTP mali na, sira na. Anyway, sige. So kamali na ako show clock. Dapat pala na-update ko muna yung time dito, tapos in-update ko yung calendar sa NTP client. So just to save the time, kapag ka na-update na mababago na yung oras natin dito. Yan. Pero yun nga yung purpose ng NTP or syslog natin, no? Yan. So ibig sabihin nito, separate server yan. In case na may event na nangyari, pwede nyo balikan yung mga nangyari base sa syslog, no? Or sa logs. Yan, so router and switch file management. So ito nga palang router OS na, router iOS or yung Cisco switch natin, operating system yan. Okay. So the Cisco iOS file system, no, allows the administrator to navigate to different directories, no, and list the file, no, in the directory. The administrator can also create subdirectories, no, kung gusto nyo maglagay ng folder, no, in the flash memory or on a disk. Ibig sabihin, kung may USB nakakabit yan, pwede rin, no, mapapasok natin yun. So the directory available depends on the device. So the example daw display the output of show file system, which list all available file system on this router. Kasama yung flash dito eh. Yung flash file system. Okay. So the asterisk indicates the current default file system is the flash, no? Yan. So ibig sabihin pwede ka parang pumili, no? Kunyari yung iOS mo nandun sa disk. So pwede mo iset yun. So you can use directory. Hindi ko alam kung supported po ng ating packet tracer yan. Yung directory. Pwede naman, no? Ito laman ng ating flash. Question mark. Meron bang make directory? mkdir, no? Halimbawa Cisco-iOS, enter. So their directory, ayan, meron tayong folder. Ayan, pwede tayo pumasok doon, cd Cisco. Hindi tayo pwede pumasok, hindi kagaya sa tunay na operating system. Yung cd change directory yan. Yan, so directory. Pwede tayo pumasok doon, tapos pwd to check kung nasaan ka na sa file system. Hindi niya alam yung command na ito, no? So ibig sabihin hindi ginawa ng programmer yung ganyang scenario doon sa packet tracer. Yan, show file system. So pwede tayong mag-backup ng configuration natin papunta sa TFTP server. Pakita natin, no. Meron tayong TFTP server dito eh. Dito sa ating, gawin na rin natin itong TFTP server, or we can use another one. Halimbawa gusto natin i-import yung configuration ng router 2 papunta rito. So check muna natin yung connectivity, ano. So ping 172.16.1.1. Kailangan natin siyang tama. Okay na, i-reply na. So save muna natin yung configuration nito. Ayan. Tapos pwede tayong maglagay papunta sa TFTP server. Ayan. Pwede natin burahin ito para malaman niyo na talaga magkakopy tayo ng Ayan. So wala laman, no? Lalagyan natin siya ngayon. So punta tayo dito. Ang command daw is copy. Nyari yung ating startup TFTP, enter. Tapos yung IP address po ng server natin, which is 1.200. So tinatanong tayo, ito ba ang file name? r2-confg. Ayan po yung default niyan. Kung ano man yung hostname, tapos confg yung yung kasunod na pangalan. Enter lang natin. So okay, no? Nakasave na siya rito. Hindi siya real time, no? So ibig sabihin close ko siya, TFTP server. Ayan siya. Of course, iba-iba yung way, depende kung ano yung available na software na ginagamit ninyo, no? Kunyari, Teraterm o kaya PuTTY, no? Or Recta na mismo sa TFTP server. Pwede rin naman nating i-show run lahat-lahat doon sa router, tapos highlight natin, no? Tapos lagay natin sa text editor. Okay, so USB ports on a Cisco router. Kung napapansin niyo, halos karamihan ng mga bagong model ni Cisco ay meron ng USB, ano? So the Universal Serial Bus Storage features enables a certain model of router to support USB flash drive. So the USB flash feature provides an optional secondary storage capability and additional boot device. So the USB port on a Cisco 4321 router, ito yun, no? Ayan. So ito para sa storage, ito para sa console ito eh. So pagka naglagay kayo ng flash drive, no, you can directory, no. Sa directory makikita ninyo USB flash 0, and then pwede nyo i-copy ngayon yung running config yan sa flash drive. Kaya tignan nyo yung laman ng flash drive na yan, no? Yan. So paano naman kapag nagkaroon ng problema, nakalimutan natin yung password, no? Sa Cisco router. Sige, maglagay muna tayo ng password dito. So line console 0 password. So line bty 0 to 3 password. Enable secret Cisco service password encryption. Okay, tapos halimbawa exit tayo, nakalimutan natin. So punta natin yung proseso. Ayan. So password on devices are used to prevent unauthorized access. For encrypted passwords such as enable secret, the password must be replaced after recovery. Of course, hindi na natin marirecover yung ano yung nasa linya nun eh. Papalitan lang natin. Depending on the device, the detailed procedure for password recovery varies, no? However, all the password recovery procedure follows the same principle. Ang gagawin kasi natin dito, isa-shutdown muna natin yung router eh. Ayan, tapos or i-reload natin yung router, tapos paano nga nang i-reload? Di patayin nyo yung switch, buksan nyo yung switch, no? Tapos kailangan makapag-issue tayo ng break signal doon sa sa router. Control C gagamitin ko, no? So patayin ko muna. Tapos buksan ko siya. CLI control tayo? Control break. Sorry. Ulitin ko lang, no? O sa kanya control C. Sa packet tracer control C. So sa ibang device kasi control break or shift break yung ginagamit, no, bago pa mag-load ng operating system yan. Okay, mabilis lang dito sa packet tracer. So ibig sabihin hindi ito nag-boot sa kanyang flash memory. Pumasok tayo sa ROM, read-only memory, yung kanyang bootstrap, ano. According to this, balik tayo. Ito na siya, no? Step number 1, enter ROM on mode. So with the console access, a user can access ROM on mode by using a break sequence during the boot up process. Depende ito sa depende sa terminal na ginagamit niyo yung break sequence. Okay, kaya kalimutan ko kay Minicom no. Pero iba page yung break yung break key o kaya control C dito kay packet tracer. So ganyan na makikita natin. So ROM1. Susunod, change the configuration register, no? Ang default configuration register kasi natin ay 2102. Ang ibig sabihin ng 2102 register, normal yun, no? Na kapag nag-boot yung router natin, yung proseso maglo-load ng operating system. After mag-load ng operating system, titignan kung may configuration file, ilo-load yun. Okay, kapag pinalitan natin ng configuration register sa 2142, ang gagawin ng router natin, maglo-load siya sa flash, hindi niya ilo-load yung configuration. So therefore walang laman na configuration, no? Sige, gawin ko na. So config 0x2142, naka hexadecimal siya, no? Tapos pwedeng reset sa tunay na router, reset, ayan, or letter I na lowercase. So pansinin niyo ito, walang password to. Yan, so control C, enable, show flash muna tayo. So pwede nating susunod is copy yung startup to running config. Ayan, tignan nyo, no? Nagpalit siya ng host name, pero huwag kayo mag-exit, kasi pagka nag-exit kayo dito, hindi nyo na naman alam yung password, no? Pasok muna kayo sa global. Halimbawa, ang hindi lang natin ma-access is yung console, no? Palitan natin yung console, line console 0, i-overwrite lang natin. Halimbawa, password login, exit, halimbawa yun lang yun, no? Then susunod, balik natin, no, sa normal, config register 2102. Tapos huwag nyo kakalimutang i-save. config-register 0x2102, yung normal operation nya, and write. So napalitan na natin yung password nyan. So pagka nag-reload na tayo, show version muna natin. Sabi niya dito, current configuration register is 2142 and it will be 2102 at the next reload. Sa password, enable Cisco pass or Cisco. Yan. Sa loob na tayo, no? Show version ulit to verify na nandun tayo sa normal operation nya. So iOS image management. Yan. So TFTP server as a backup location. So pwede naman natin i-copy rin yung iOS natin dun sa kung nakita nyo kanina, nag-save tayo ng configuration sa TFTP server, pwede rin natin i-copy yung flash nito. Ayan, sige, punta natin to. Ang purpose nito, backup in case na ma-corrupt po yung software dito. Pero bago yun, show flash muna tayo. Kopyahin natin ito. Dikit-dikit kasi dito sa packet tracer na to pero sa tunay yan, may column talaga yan So copy, the flash papunta sa TFTP server. Yung file name natin, ito yun, which is samahan nyo ng location, no? Or ito na yata yun. Sige, dali lang. So 172.16.1.200. So dapat to exclamation mark para masabi natin nagka-copy siya. So meaning may kulang ako doon sa sa command natin. Ulitin natin. Source file name flash. Yung location. So address 172.16.1.200. Enter. Bakit? Dali lang ha. Hindi makopy. Walang command na pwd. So anyway, yun lang naman ilalagay natin dun yung flash, tapos yung pangalan. Sige, subukan ko ulit kasi baka mamaya hindi naman supported ni Packet Tracer to So copy, flash, ano ba ginamit kong command kanina? Ay no, tama naman. Copy from the flash memory papunta sa TFTP server. Flash. Ayaw talaga niya. So ibig sabihin hindi supported ito ng Packet Tracer. Hindi naman siya directory. So last one So flash, tama naman yung direction niya So ba't ba ako pumapasok doon So copy, flash, TFTP, source file name, check natin baka may space. Sandali lang. Mali nga ako. May patay kasi yung interface to. Niloko ko sarili ko, Anyway, dito tayo gagawa. Tama na sana Yan. So, copy. Nangyayari talaga yun. Akala mo, tama yung ginagawa mo, So, copy flash to TFTP. Subukan natin i-paste ito. Tapos 172.16.1.200. Yan, dapat ganyan Depende kasi sa size ng ng image, yung tagal nito Kakopy siya rito. Yung kanyang activity. So hindi naman kailangan bilangin yung exclamation mark niyan. Yan po yung parang status na nagka-copy po siya Ibig sabihin nito malaki yung file nito. Yan siguro baka 500 or 400. So check nga natin. Punta tayo doon sa server. Hindi siya real time dito na makikita. TFTP server. Ito siya. So balikan natin ito. So this is thousands, 100,000 or sorry, 1,000 tama, 100,000 tapos ito 486 megabytes. Okay, mga ganun yung size niya, mga 500 kaya matagal. So kagaya dun sa na-discuss natin sa Cisco 2 yung boot system halimbawa meron kang dalawang version ng iOS, gusto mong i-boot dun sa kabilang kabilang version, ito lang naman yung command So halimbawa ito yung gusto mong i-boot pag restart So boot system yung laman ng flash natin, no. Yan, tapos exit copy run start reload. Iba na po yung ating version ng OS, no. So yun lang po yung coverage nitong module na to, no. Hopefully kahit na medyo konting mali-mali tayo, no, may nakuha naman kayo, no. So maganda kung susubukan nyo rin dyan on your own system, no, yung mga ginawa nating demo, no. So again, maraming salamat and thank you for viewing.